In the brutality of this war, the clock of fate ticks for soldiers closest to the front lines.
Go! No! Shadow! Davos! Let's go, Shadow! Move!
Many are hit, and recently it was a Canadian.
I am still alive, so that's a plus.
And alive to talk about it wasn't a given. Seriously injured in the battlefields of Donbass, seen to some of the worst fighting, Shadow was once a soldier for Canada before arriving in Ukraine from Quebec more than 2 years ago. We met him then as he was coming to terms with the horrors he'd seen at the start of the war.
It's just hell. Bullets flying everywhere.
Shadow, it's been a couple of years since I last saw you. How are you?
So basically what I had, well, the shrapnels, they shattered my arm and hand. There was some shrapnels that went through my lung, but it went in and out, so that's good. Shrapnels in the liver, which is still there. They don't know if they will remove it. We don't know if I will be able to move my left hand again.
For now, his shattered limb immobilized. His survival, testament to quick thinking on the battlefield. You got to tell me what happened.
The goal was to go into a forest full of Russians and then defend our position when the Russians tried to assault.
Minutes later, his group, which included other foreign fighters, came under mortar attack from those Russians. The explosions left Shadow bleeding out fast, and his buddies with severe concussions.
They were still able to work, and they basically saved my life. You know, like my friend put one tourniquet on me, and then after that the bleeding keep going, so he put 2 tourniquets, and at some point, like I know I remember I wanted like to sleep, like just like a little nap, and they were like, hey yo, you know, like stay with us.
And yet, with the mortars still falling, Shadow could not move for more than an hour, nor could a medic get to him with morphine to ease the intense pain.
We need to prepare him for evacuation.
This video was recorded by the unit commander.
Shadow, you need to sit. I know that's difficult, my friend. You need to sit.
Like Shadow, everyone's identity is hidden over concerns about how images might be used should they ever be captured. Shadow, at this point, wondered if he might die right here.
I love you, bro. Yes, I love you too. I love you too.
There was little time to waste. Just as their evacuation vehicle arrived, the commander realizes a magazine of bullets attached to a belt around his torso has improbably stopped shrapnel from piercing his body near his heart.
My magazine saved me.
Shadow was raced to the hospital, even as his Western-donated armored vehicle was repeatedly fired on by the Russians.
It was expected on my part to get either wounded or killed. Luckily, I have only been wounded, so I will be able to join back the fight again in a few months, you know. So,
what gives you the drive to do that, to want to keep fighting?
I don't know. It's I came to Ukraine to help the Ukrainians in this war, and I just ended up like very liking it, you know. And now it became a huge part of my life, and I like fighting. I like the people here. I like helping Ukraine.
When he was hit, Shadow was on the final patrol of a 3-month rotation. He'd planned to visit Quebec right after, including his young daughter. What's that like for you, being separated?
It's hard, man, you know, missing the entire childhood of your child. But she has everything she needs other than my presence.
How does your family deal with all of this back home in Canada?
Not very good. I think they miss me. I've been trying to go back home to visit.
That visit can't happen. Not yet. Not until after months of recovery. And so Shadow is busying himself with another project. Drones packed with explosives have changed this conflict, with both sides attacking troops, tanks, and anything else. Shadow has seen it himself.
The drones are changing the entire battlefield stuff. Like right now, $400 to $500 drones can destroy like millions of equipment.
So he now fundraises with a group he founded, Doves of Freedom, to purchase and retrofit store-bought drones into killing machines.
Our drones were used in Kursk during the Kursk offensive.
So in Russia, your drones have been used in Russia.
Yeah, that's correct, in Russia. So it's good to see that.
Dozens of Canadians came to Ukraine during this phase of the conflict. 20 have died, most of them on the battlefield. I think back to when we first met you, we also talked about Wally, another Canadian, former soldier with the Canadian Armed Forces, like you, there, working as a sniper. He has since gone back home to Quebec. He said the job from him is done. What has kept you there?
That's a good question. I don't feel the need to go back home, really. I like the work that, I guess the feeling like the most important thing for me is like I really want to make a difference, you know, in this world. I want to make my impact. Like it's like the best job I've ever had.